The Global Digital Public Infrastructure Repository, Investor Risk Reduction Access Platform, Casanur Forest Disease. The Central Council for Research in Ayurveda Sciences, Ministry of Ayush launched Ayurveda Gyan Naipunya Initiative. Pradhan Mantri Schools for Rising India Scheme. What is carbon dioxide removal? A three-dimensional digital twin mapping program in India. The government will form regulations to control the spread of deepfakes on social media platforms. International Day for Elimination of Violence Against Women. No species of frog. The Prime Minister of India announced the launch of two India-led initiatives, the Global Digital Public Infrastructure Repository and a Social Impact Fund. It is created by the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. It is a comprehensive resource hub, pooling essential lessons and expertise from G20 members and guest nations. Its primary aim is to bridge the knowledge gap in the choices and methodologies required for the design, construction, deployment, and governance of DPIs. The GDPIR showcases the information in a standardized format from countries and organizations that have developed DPIs at scales incorporating elements such as maturity scales, source codes, and governance framework. Currently, GDPIR features 54 DPIs from 16 countries. The DPIs from India that have been incorporated in GDPIR are Aadhaar, Unified Payments Interface, DigiLocker, Umang, eSanjeevani, API Setu, Cowin, Diksha, eHospital, and Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission. Digital public infrastructure encompasses foundational elements or frameworks like digital identification, payment infrastructure, and data exchange solutions. These components play a crucial role in facilitating countries to provide vital services to their citizens, fostering empowerment and enhancing lives through the promotion of digital inclusion. The chairperson of the Securities and Exchange Board of India, SEBI, launched Investor Risk Reduction Access Platform. It has been developed to reduce the risk faced by the investors in the eventuality of technical glitches at the trading members' end at both the primary side and disaster recovery side. Its purpose is to provide investors with an opportunity to square off or close their open positions and cancel pending orders using IRRA platform in case of technical glitches or unforeseen outages that render the trading member side inaccessible. It has been designed to reduce risk for investors participating in the market. It is not meant for taking fresh positions or orders, but only to cancel the pending orders. This platform will be available to trading members supporting internet-based trading and security trading through wireless technology for their investors. However, it will not be accessible for algo trading and institutional clients. Stock exchanges can also monitor parameters like connectivity, order flow, and social media posts, and suo motu initiate the enablement of IRRA service if needed, irrespective of any such request by trading member. These services shall be enabled by the exchanges suo motu only in case of disruption of trading services of trading member across all the exchanges. A study by the Indian Council for the Medical Research and National Institute of Virology has for the first time confirmed the presence of Kiasanur forest disease virus in two more districts of Karnataka. It is a zoonotic disease. The disease was first reported in Kiasanur forest of Karnataka in 1957. Hence, it is known as Kiasanur forest disease. It is also known as monkey disease or monkey fever because of its association with monkey deaths. This virus has spread along the entire stretch of Western Ghats region, which also includes Maharashtra, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, and Goa. The sudden onset of high-grade fever, prostration, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, and occasionally neurological manifestations. It is transmitted through the bite of ticks and bonnets, and black-faced langur monkeys are highly susceptible to the infection. They play a significant role in the spread of virus in the human population. No specific treatment for KFD is available. However, prompt, symptomatic, and supportive therapy, including maintenance of hydration, hemodynamic stability, and the management of neurological symptoms, decreases morbidity and mortality. The Central Council for Research in Ayurveda Sciences, Ministry of Ayush launched Ayurveda Gyan Naipunya Initiative for the physicians practicing in the field of Ayurveda to provide a platform for Ayurveda practitioners to report their innovative practices and experiences in various disease conditions, along with promoting the culture of evidence-based practice among Ayurveda practitioners. To promote the culture of reporting evidence-based practice among Ayurveda practitioners, to document the reported successful therapeutic regimes for various disease conditions involving single drug formulation procedures for the purpose of education and academics. To identify interested Ayurveda practitioners for the collaboration in the creation of a database through applications and capacity building through training in research methods and good clinical practices. To undertake research for mainstream pragmatic practices through scientific validation and evidence-based appraisal. The Central Council for Research in Ayurveda Sciences is an autonomous body under the Ministry of Ayush, Government of India. It is an apex body in India for undertaking, coordinating, formulating, developing, and promoting research on scientific lines in Ayurvedic sciences. The Union Education Ministry recently launched the Pradhan Schools for Rising India scheme in Odisha. It is a centrally sponsored scheme by the Government of India announced in 2022. The objective is development of more than 14,500 schools across the country by strengthening the existing schools among those managed by central government, state, union territory government, and local bodies. It will nurture students in such a way that they become engaged, productive, and contributing citizens, building an equitable, inclusive, and plural society as envisaged by the National Education Policy 2020. The duration of this scheme is from 2022-23 to 26-27, after which it shall be the responsibility of the states, union territories to continue to maintain the benchmarks achieved by these schools. The total cost of the project will be Rs 27,360 crore spread over a period of 5 years, which includes the central share of Rs 18,128 crore. The selection of PM Shri schools will be done through challenge mode, wherein schools compete for support to become exemplary schools. November 19, 1995, Indian weightlifter Karnam Malleshwari made a world record in weightlifting. She is the first woman player of India who won the medal in the Olympics. November 21st, 1947, post-independence, postage stamps were issued for the first time in the country. November 23rd, 1983, for the first time in the country, a Commonwealth Summit was held in New Delhi. According to the emissions gas report, delaying greenhouse gas emissions reduction will further increase the future dependence on carbon dioxide removal from the atmosphere. It is using technologies, practices, and approaches to remove carbon dioxide from our atmosphere through deliberate and intentional human actions. This includes traditional methods like afforestation as well as more sophisticated technologies like direct air carbon capture and storage. Biochar. It is a substance produced by burning organic waste from agricultural lands and forests in a controlled process called pyrolysis. Although it resembles common charcoal in appearance, the production of biochar reduces the contamination and is a method to safely store carbon. Pyrolysis involves the burning of wood chips, leaves, dead plants, etc., with very little oxygen, and the process releases a significantly small quantity of fumes. Biochar is a stable form of carbon that cannot easily escape into the atmosphere. Direct air carbon capture and storage. It extracts carbon dioxide directly from the atmosphere at any location. This captured carbon dioxide is then permanently stored in deep geological formations or used for other applications. It uses electricity to remove carbon dioxide from the air, enhanced rock weathering. It involves pulverizing silicate rocks to bypass the conventional slow weathering action. The resultant product, usually a powder, has a higher reactive surface area, which is then spread on agricultural lands for further chemical reactions. The Survey of India and Genesis International, a leading Indian mapping company, announces a strategic tie-up for a three-dimensional digital twin mapping program in India. It is a virtual deception of real-world entity, be it a product, process, person or location, capable of comprehending and gauging its tangible counterparts. The twin digital copy will also help policymakers understand how infrastructure will function in different situations such as high footprints events, an increase in population, or natural disasters. The strategic partnership aims to create digital twins of major cities and towns, leveraging Genesis All India highly accurate navigable maps. The Genesis constellation of sensors and SOIs recently launched continuously operating reference stations network allow for real-time high-precision positioning data. The Survey of India is set up in 1767. It is the national survey and mapping organization of the country under the Department of Science and Technology. It is the oldest scientific department of the Government of India. It bears a special responsibility to ensure that the country's domain is explored and mapped suitably, provide base maps for expeditious and integrated development, and ensure that all resources contribute with their full measures to the progress, prosperity, and security of our country now and for generations to come. The Union Information Technology Minister said the government will form regulations to control the spread of deepfakes on social media platforms, terming them a new threat to democracy. Deepfakes are a compilation of artificial images and audio put together with machine learning algorithms to spread misinformation and replace a person's appearance, voice, or both with similar artificial likeness or voices. The term deepfake combines the deep learning concept with something fake. It can create people who do not exist, and it can fake real people saying and doing things they did not say or do. The origin of the word deepfake can be traced back to 2017 when a Reddit user with the username Deepfakes posted explicit videos of celebrities. They are created by machine learning models which use neural networks to manipulate images and videos. To make a deepfake video of someone, a creator would first train a neural network on many hours of real video footage of person to give it a realistic understanding of what he or she looks like from many angles and under different lighting. They then would combine the trained network with computer graphics techniques to superimpose a copy of the person onto a different actor. Deepfake technology is now being used for nefarious purposes like scams and hoax, celebrity pornography, election manipulation, social engineering, automated disinformation attacks, identity theft, and financial fraud. Deepfakes differ from other forms of false information by being very difficult to identify as false. The International Day for the Elimination of Violence Against Women is observed worldwide on November 25 each year. It is observed annually on November 25th. It is a United Nations designated day marked to create awareness of different types of violence faced by women, promoting advocacy and creating better opportunities for women. This year's theme, Unite, Invest to Prevent Violence Against Women and Girls, emphasizes the need to fund prevention strategies proactively to stop gender-based violence. Since 1981, women's rights activists have marked 25th November as a day against gender-based violence, paying homage to Mirabel sisters, three domination political activists brutally murdered in 1960 by the order of country's ruler. UN General Assembly on 20th December 1993 adopted the Declaration on the Elimination of Violence Against Women, laying the groundwork for global efforts to eradicate such violence. On 7th February 2000, the General Assembly, through a resolution, officially designated 25th November as the International Day for the Elimination of Violence Against Women. This resolution urged governments, international organizations, and NGOs to unite in organizing activities annually on this day, fostering public awareness and collective action to address and eliminate violence against women and girls worldwide. Scientists have discovered a new species of frog in Arunachal named Nidirana Noa Dihing. It is a new species of music frog which is named Nidirana Noha Dihing. The new frog of the genus Nidirana is phenotypically distinct from his congeners by a combination of morphological characters. It is confirmed for the first time that Nidirana genus has been found in India. The Nidirana species is known in Japan, Taiwan, China, Vietnam, Laos, and Thailand. Nidirana are known to inhabit swamps, ponds, and paddy fields, and they often construct nests to lay their eggs. The new species was named after Noha Dihing River, which is near where the specimens were discovered and collected. The amphibians have irregularly shaped and sized spots on their eyelids, and they have dark stripes around their moderately large eyes. Sir Chandrasekhara Venkataraman was an Indian physicist known for his work in the field of light scattering. Using a spectrograph that he developed, he and his student K.S. Krishnan discovered that when light travels a transparent material, the deflection light changes its wavelength and frequency. This phenomenon is an unknown type of scattering of light which they called modified scattering, and it was subsequently termed the Raman effect or Raman scattering. Raman received 1930 Nobel Prize in Physics for the discovery and was the first Asian to receive a Nobel Prize in any branch of science. He founded the Indian Journal of Physics in 1926. He moved to Bangalore in 1933 to become the first Indian director of the Indian Institute of Science. He founded the Indian Academy of Sciences the same year. He established Raman Research Institute in 1948, where he worked to his last days. The Raman effect was discovered on 28th February 1928. The day is celebrated annually by the Government of India as the National Science Day.